What is up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, hello, my name is 𝙒𝙗𝙩. Welcome to the Livingston series. This is my second episode on my channel, and we are here with 𝙂𝙂. For everyone who doesn't know, he was the fisherman that Raylan saw yesterday, or last episode, I'm sorry. Here is 𝙂𝙂, and he's actually coming here to wake up Raylan real quick. I did add 𝙂𝙂 to Raylan's household so that she'll be able to go to the party that is planned by 𝙂𝙂. I hope you can see all of the characters that I'm going to introduce during this party, and let's get on with the gameplay, shall we? So let me just take this filter off real quick. We're gonna wake up Raylan real quick, and ooh, we need a brush shadow. But yeah, Raylan has been quite a busy girl because she has two living things that she has to take care of while she's, you know, in this little lot we call her home. But we are gonna brush shadow because he is kind of dirty and we don't have like a set dang, can we brush shadow? Oh well, I tried. So we're gonna wake Raylan up, and she's like, what are you doing here early in the morning, like 6:39 a.m? And he's like, well, the party starts at 8 a.m. And she's like, you're kidding. And he's like, no, I wish I wasn't. You know, that's San Sequoia for you. Like, everyone's up and moving around like at 8-9 a.m. To him and his little co-workers, they're up 6. So he's basically used to it. So let me introduce you guys to Sunny the cow plant. Sunny was actually mentioned by Raylan's parents. Sunny was actually right here in the front as like a guard. Oh, we have to go to the event, so I'm gonna go to the event real quick, but let me just give you guys a background story on Sunny. So Sunny is actually a second generation of cow plant that the Livingston had, and the Livingstons nurtured cow plants for a very long time, and they gave Sunny to Raylan as a little away gift, I guess. And Raylan just didn't take it very friendly, like she's just like, that's so evil. But now she's grown accustomed to Sunny the cow plant. She actually met our three-legged puppy right here, Shadow, who's kind of like dirty right now. So she met Shadow when she was jogging, and she realized that this puppy is kind of hurt, and she basically nurtured Shadow, and Shadow just wouldn't leave her side. So she is basically domesticated. She has domesticated Shadow to her one and only dog. As you can tell, they're very good. They have a very good friendship or relationship. Oh my god, you guys, 𝙂𝙂 looks so handsome. Like, he looks so good in this fit. I actually was inspired by this fit and by him from Mexican culture. If you guys know corridos or banda music, like, I named 𝙂𝙂 inspired by the Spider-Man Into the Multiverse by Miguel O'Hara, one of the Spider-Mans. I think it's 2099. Miguel was actually in a shelter, and Gordon actually adopted him. So Gordon adopted 𝙂𝙂 and taught him the ways of life, how to be a gentleman, yada yada yada. But Gordon actually found out that 𝙂𝙂 actually has, you know, really bad anxiety. He doesn't really like being around people, and this is pretty much Gordon's thing of getting people out of their comfort zone and learning something about themselves, really, because 𝙂𝙂 has this self-hatred for himself a little bit, and we'll get into that a little bit. Here is Irene, and she is so beautiful. She gives me girly pop, you know what I'm saying? She is a stylist, and she loves styling people in San Sequoia because San Sequoia has so much culture. She believes that it does not matter what skin tone, what size, weight, how you look, but it doesn't matter. Can you wear the fit, and will you be able to pull it off, is her whole mission in this world of hers. Like, she loves fashion. I mean, look at her fit real quick. I mean, her every day, I'm sorry, but you can't really see it, but fit is just so cute. And hopefully you get to see the rest of her fits when we're playing with her. Here's our short king. I mean, he's only 5'5", y'all. He's only 5'5". This is Nico, and he's actually with Gordon. He is a fisherman, yes. He really does a lot of the business side of it. He was looking for a job in San Sequoia, and he didn't know where to look. He did ask his friends Jared and 𝙂𝙂, like, hey, do you guys have any jobs and stuff like that? And they were like, nah, like, we don't really know anything about, you know, jobs and stuff, but you can talk to Gordon. And Gordon basically gave him a job to manage the business side of things of the Fisher Alliance. 𝙂𝙂 was a part of the Fisher Alliance, Gordon, Nico, and Jared, and they're basically they're vendors, people who need fish products, basically. Here's Jocelyn, and she is a first-gen Indian. She loves the favorite colors, orange, yellow, and white. Her favorite fish would be the clownfish, of course. She wanted to become like a marine biologist, but she knew that it would take so much time out of her day that she just didn't want to become that. Instead, she just Googled fishes and stuff, and she educated herself off of, you know, fishes and whatnot. She did go to the museum, like an aquarium, and she ran into Gordon, and Gordon gave her a, like, you know, pamphlet of fishes and stuff, and it just inspired her. And she went back home and she found out that she was going to be in an arranged marriage, and she fell through the arranged marriage. Yeah, she got married and everything, and one day she said that she wasn't happy, and she basically divorced her husband, left her family. Her family did not contact her at all. They were very disappointed. They did find her in San Sequoia. They just did not have any need to or want to contact and talk to their daughter. They basically just shut her out, and she's okay with that. She is getting married pretty soon by a woman who is a bodybuilder, and I will be introducing you guys to her very soon. Here is Sean, and he is the sunshine of the party. I love Sean. He is the funniest thing on this planet. You know, you have Manu, who's just like gloomy and stuff like that and loner, and then you have Sean. His parent actually dropped him off at the age of 5 at Gordon's house, and from there Gordon was like, what do I do with a little kid? Like, this is a little kid. And Gordon realized that he loves, you know, comedic stuff and all he really liked, and Gordon basically instilled that, like, pushed him to reach for his goals and stuff. So he is a very he's like a minimal comedian. He travels to San Sequoia to do gigs, and then he stays in San Sequoia to do gigs. So we'll be seeing Sean. Here is Erwin, and he is interesting. He's a very mysterious man. He loves business, he loves money, and he's very greedy, but he loves being mean to people. Like, that is his breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like, he just loves being mean to people. He's very mischievous, but he does have a mother, and let me tell you, his mother looks good, by the way. So that's really it about that's really it about Erwin. And so here is Miss Erin herself, and yeah, she loves her son. She did have her son by science, so she's the second woman in San Sequoia to have a science baby, and she solely lives on that. She's like, I would be so upset with myself if I had a child that didn't look like me and didn't act like me. Like, she just wants a copy of herself, really. And by all means, she did take care of her kid. I mean, Erwin looks amazing, by the way, but there's some things. There's all the people that I just showed you. They know Erwin and Erin as these people who you do not want to mess with, who you do not want to cross, because they're just mean. Erin and Erwin, they're mean, and their occupations are very mysterious. People do not know what they do for work, how they're able to afford these luxurious things like nothing. They just say, hey, Erin, Erwin, and they move on, because they are literally hotheads. They're mean, they're greedy, they have these goals to be wealthy. Here is pretty boy Jared, and yes, he is our favorite cowboy. Yeehaw, yeehaw. I cannot believe I just did that. Anyways, Jared is a fisherman in the Fisher Alliance with Nico, Manu, and Gordon. Jared loves fishing. He's always doing things outdoors, and one of his goals is to get old and then go to and live off of Henford on Bagley. You know, maybe have some kids, do the, you know, the father thing, this, that, and third. But that's really his goal. He's okay with what he's doing in San Sequoia. Here is Gordon, and he's such a sweetheart. He is the man, the dream, the legend himself. He is the man who took in all of these little teens, little kids, and made them into the adults that we see now. He is getting a little bit old. He does have history with Erin, and he does have history with Raylan's parents. So we'll figure out what history they had together. So I actually wanted Manu to remind Nico, Gordon, and Jared about like what their goal is really, because Manu, he's not really a social person. He really doesn't like doing this. Usually the business side of things is Nico, and I feel like Jared's like, look, this is all you gotta do. You just gotta look nice. And see, this is why I say he's our 5'11" king, because he's tall, but he's not all the way there with all the tall guys. So Nico, he's just like, look, I'm gonna text you what you can say, you know, give a script or whatever, and, you know, try your best. Here is another sim I wanted to introduce you guys to. So here's Stephanie. She is a gamer and she does have a romantic relationship with Sean. Sean makes her day, and I feel like she's just grumpy because she's like, I thought Sean was gonna be here. He told me he was here. She just loves being around him. They're really just a cute little duo. While Raylan is chit-chatting with people, oh my god, she's going to talk to Erwin. I'm scared for her, girl. Anyways, Nico's talking to these two and he's like, look, Manu, you got this. Just make sure she doesn't go off on anything. Like, she's like walking, she's like, where is he? Like, she has a mission, and that mission is to honestly get life together. So we are gonna get Manu to grow real quick while he's talking to Gordon, and I'm going to check up on Raylan because she is the star of the show. We are going to do black bean and onion burgers because Irene is vegetarian and Manu likes to, you know, make things for everyone. Oh my god, she's gonna talk to Aaron and Erwin. Girl, are you crazy? She's like, hey, how are you? And she's like, oh, hi, my name is Raylan. And she's like, oh, you're the new girl that's here in San Sequoia. It's nice meeting you. She's like, oh, it's a pleasure meeting you too. And she's like, what's your last name, darling? And usually when people ask what's her last name, she just says Livingston, but she's kind of pissed off at her parents. She doesn't want people to really know that she is a Livingston. In the Sims world, I like to think a Livingston is a very well-known wealthy family because they're on magazines, they're on newspapers, they are the it family. And she's like, oh, changes the subject. She's like, oh, you know, my name's Raylan, I just came in here and, you know, I'm still trying to get my life together and yada yada. Aaron's gonna be like, well, I heard that you're starting a restaurant, is that right? And she's like, oh yeah, it's kind of trash though, but I'm still trying to get it together. And she's like, yeah, I understand if you're trying to start up things, it can be hard, but you know, you got that. And I feel like Aaron, I'm sorry, Aaron, she could be soft at the same time, but she's like a viper, so she can sneak up on you, like being rude and stuff like that. And Manu is just, you know, trying to make sure everything's good. So we are going to call to Mill. I'm gonna be selective with who I want to call a Mill to. I want Irene to get our meal first because he's like, Irene, like come on and get your food before everyone else gets it, because we all know how they like to take stuff. Irene got her plate. Good job. We're gonna have a good deep conversation with Sean real quick, and he loves talking to Sean because he's so like, he calms him down. And here is another character I want to show you guys. Here is Audrey, and she's actually engaged to Jocelyn Purr. She's the bodybuilder with the body, so we love that. Manu is kind of feeling he wants to be funny in a crowd. Manu might be uncomfortable around crowd places, but that doesn't need to stop him from being funny. Manu feels to get out there and overcome his insecurities around large groups of Sims. Wait, so I can using funny, so we can do that? Okay, bet. Let's do that. I feel like him being around Sean and being around Gordon and also being around Raylan, it could influence him to, you know, try to get out of his comfort zone real quick. But he's gonna try to tell his joke. Hopefully it's not awkward. We are gonna introduce ourselves to Irene because we love her sense of fashion, and shockingly she's actually having a good conversation with Aaron, and she's actually had a good relationship with Aaron. That's pretty dope. Oh, there's a cat. Get to know her a little bit. She's not really paying us any type of attention. That's great. Okay, another Sim I have to introduce you guys to. I didn't think, oh my god, both of them are here. So while we're talking to Irene, I wanted you guys to meet Elena and Ahmad. Elena is actually a stay-at-home mom. She's a part-time artist and she loves making like creative art and stuff like that. And she was a single mother until she met Ahmad right here, who married her, and they're just so cute. So we are going to introduce ourselves to Irene real quick, and Ahmad and Elena, because why not? And she's like, hey, hi, nice to meet you. My name is Elena, and here's my husband Ahmad. It is so nice to meet a new person in San Sequoia. What brings you here? And they were just gonna chit chat about, you know, her stuff. And she's like, I feel like Manu keeps coming in here just trying to listen to see if Raylan needs like any help or anything. And so he's gonna try to at least crack a joke, do a knock knock joke. We are just talking to Irene and Elena, and Ahmad about what's going on and stuff. And she's gonna be like, well, yeah, I have a restaurant that I'm starting. And they're like, oh, that's the new building. She's like, oh girl, you need to hurry up with that restaurant. Like, I can't wait for the food. And Manny's like, oh, speaking of food, you know, the Fisher Alliance in San Sequoia, we're looking to be vendors. And Raylan's like, you know what, I will think about that, because seafood in San Sequoia does not sound bad, and Brunchero would love to be a seafood, you know, restaurant. And Irene's like, yeah girl, like, we got you. If you ever need help with moving stuff, like, we got you. I don't really know if she really means that, but you know, it's there. And I love how Manu is just like admiring her. They're so cute. And she keeps like looking back, like making sure that he's involved in the conversation too. We're going to discuss family lineage. We're also going to, I would like to think that we're going to discuss like our plans for the restaurant, because they're talking about the restaurant. And she's like, well, you know, I don't really have a plan, but you know, it's something. Maybe I could, you know, ask around to see if one of you guys would like to help me with moving and trying to figure out the theme for the restaurant and stuff like that. And Jared's in the conversation as well, and he's like, you know what, honestly, that would be so good if you could have like a good sweet tooth section for the dessert. Oh my god, I would love that. So we went upstairs in the recreational center, and we're talking to Gordon finally, and she's like, hi Gordon, I've heard so many nice things about you. And he's like, oh hi dearie, why would you sit right here? Like, if you're gonna sit right there. Like, what are you doing? Please don't sit right here, miss girl. Please don't. Girl, please, Raylan, please get up. Like, you breaking your neck to talk to him when you could really just sit. Oh my god, and he's gonna get up. That's great. Anyways. Oh my god, he sits there to sit with her. Oh god, this is just so annoying. Let's just sit here. Let's flatter real quick. And we're gonna be like, hey, I heard so much about you. And he's like, oh, thank you, milady. You are a Livingston, so I'm pretty sure your family, your mom and dad have talked me up quite a few. And she's like, actually, no. She's like, no, but I've heard from Manu, Nico, and all the rest of the people like Jocelyn, like they've told me about you good things. And I just wanted to say thank you for, you know, interesting everyone to this San Sequoia party. It was really nice getting to know people. And he's like, oh, you know, you're welcome. And she said, what I really wanted to talk to you about is the restaurant. There is a restaurant my parents gave me, and I am so unsure what to do. And I was wondering if you could help me. Probably. I don't know where to start. I don't know how to start, and I'm kind of confused on what to do. And if I wanted to run the restaurant, how would I run it? He's like, honestly, I never ran a restaurant, but if you ever need help with running it, I have a few lucky people who love to work with you. Tomorrow you can stop by my apartment complex and we can talk more about it if the party is too much for you, like overwhelming and overbearing, trying to talk and socialize with everyone all at once. Gordon does give her some information, and he does tell her, you know, it takes research, and it takes a good businesswoman like you to follow through with the restaurant that you want. What is it that you want? How do you want your restaurant to look like? How do you want this to go about? You know, yeah, you may want the best of the best people, but your business just started, if that makes sense. Do you want people to, you know, eat good quality food? Do you want people to admire the paintings, the art that's around it? What do you want to bring to the table for your restaurant, if that makes sense? And she's just like, oh wow, I never really thought about it like that. And she gets kind of nervous, and she's like, you know, Gordon, excuse me, I have to use the bathroom. And so she goes downstairs to use the bathroom. Best Sturm's calling. We're gonna hang up because, girl, we barely have our own funds. And he's like, oh, you know, it's okay, dear. You know, just stop by in the morning and, you know, we can talk about it a little bit more. So Raylan actually went downstairs and she's using the bathroom right now. I do apologize. It's because I don't want to show you guys like her using the bathroom. Why is he in here? Oh my god, that scared me. That really scared me. I'm like, okay, why are you in here? sir. I'm glad she didn't have like a moodlet or anything. So we are going to freshen up a little bit in the bathroom, and we're gonna get Manny to do the same. Wait, where is he? Okay, awesome. We're gonna get Manny to actually do the same to freshen up, because they're just kind of like overwhelmed with so many people and talking to so many people. And so Raylan's like, okay, you're doing a good job. It's, you know, just a restaurant. You're gonna meet Gordon tomorrow, and it's gonna be so fun. Everything's gonna be fun. He's gonna help you out. The neighbors are cool, so they're gonna help you out. And then right here, oh my god, Nico's here. But then right here in the bathroom, he's just like, Manny's like, okay, you got this. You got this. Just talk about the restaurant. Be a good hostess. Just do things you're supposed to do. It's the summer San Sequoia cookout. Like, what else can you do? And he's gonna go upstairs to cook something because he's quite hungry, and Raylan's gonna get something to drink out of the cooler real quick so she can slow down her hunger. So Raylan's actually making her something to eat, and I guess Beatrice is coming to talk to her about Raylan, and she's like, oh, like, I'm so excited about the restaurant. That's the new girl. She looks so sweet, and I cannot wait for her to open up the restaurant, yada yada yada. And I think Beatrice is actually a part of the Fisherman Alliance in San Sequoia, because last episode she was wearing a fisher hat. I think it's Beatrice or someone else, but I really think it's Beatrice. And I feel like Beatrice is like, this is going to be a good break for Gordon, finally relax. Once Raylan opens up her, you know, restaurant, did you talk to her about it? And Manny was kind of like, I'm just flipping burgers. But he is going to call Raylan to eat, because, you know, he's just like, I don't know where she is. I hope everything's okay. She actually went to sleep on the bench because she is kind of tired. So we are going to talk to Raylan and just ask her about her day, really. So we're gonna ask her about her day. We're gonna stop talking to Beatrice, and I wish they were facing one another, but they're not. And he's like, Raylan, like, how's the party? And she's like, oh, it's pretty good. And he's like, oh my god, like, you look tired. And she's like, yeah, but you know, it's fine. And he's like, no, I can take you home. It's not fine. Let's go home. So she is going to go home with Manu. Well, Manu's gonna walk her home, and he's gonna tell everyone bye. So we're going to trick with Ham Buzzard or Gordon, keep him alive a little bit, and then we're going to leave. And Irene came for a burger. Girl, you cannot eat burger. You're vegetarian. Anyways, we're gonna talk to Gordon a little bit, and we're gonna be like, yeah, we talked about it, we mentioned it and stuff. A lot of the people here are just so excited about the restaurant, but you know, hopefully tomorrow and next Sunday you can talk to her better than I can. And Gordon's like, I think you did a pretty good job talking to her, even though he wasn't present to listen. But he believes that Manu did a good job, the best that he could in this type of situation. He's like, the move is going to be amazing, the restaurant's going to be amazing, and I can't wait to, you know, become a official vendor for a San Sequoia native, if that makes sense. So he's like, look, I gotta go take Raylan. She's like sleeping on the bench right now. So we're going to go and wake up Raylan real quick and take her home. So Raylan is complimenting him and his party, and he's like, really, Manu, that was really amazing. Thank you so much for inviting me. And he's like, you're welcome. And you know, he did get a moodlet saying like, oh my god, she like complimented my outfit. I would think like Raylan was just like, your outfit is so good, and she actually like likes his outfit. And so she's gonna be like, well, you know, I gotta go to bed. I'm extremely tired, Manu, but again, thank you, and I can't wait to see you. And he's like, oh, I can't wait to see you tomorrow too. Bye, Raylan. Anyways, you guys, I'm going to leave this episode here. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. Please, if you haven't already, give this video a like and subscribe to my channel for more updates. Bye.